All right, next let's talk about chord. Um, and I should mention Arpeggiator has some presets built in, not a lot, but a few, and so does um, this chord one. But let's just use it right out of the box. So I'm going to throw this on my melody here. So this one's actually really simple. All it's going to do is add notes to what you've got. So let's look at my MIDI clip. So this first note is an A. What I can do with this effect is each one of these is going to add a note. So I say shift 1, let's turn that to 2. So 2 semitones. That is now going to be a B. So in addition to the A. So we're going to hear the A plus B. So we're going to hear 2 notes here. And all of these are going to have a second note. So effectively what we just did with that was that. Because we put a 2 in there, which means this would be 1, and now this is 2. So we added a second above all of these notes. Okay, that's not going to sound very good. I found this to be really kind of only useful to me for doing things like this. Let's go -12. What that's going to do is add an octave above or below. I put negative, so it's going to be below. So it's going to add an octave below this. Effectively, it's going to do that. Which, in this case, I think will beef up that melody a little bit and sound pretty good. So that's going to add an octave, and that would be cool. I can add another note and another note. I can add up to 6 notes. If I want to, I could add an octave above. And this, by the way, is the velocity. So I could scale back the velocity on the higher octave. I don't really want to add any more notes to this because they're going to get in the way of my harmony if I do. Let's do that. Cool. So you don't really want to use this on chords because if you do, you're going to screw up your chord progression by adding all kinds of extra notes, unless you just add octaves to it. Then it could be okay. But one case where you might want to use this is if you have like a single note and you want to just add some notes to it to create its own little kind of chord progression like this. Let me demonstrate. So here's a new MIDI track. If I did something like this, let's make a note, move it down an octave, and now I put chord on here, and let's add a third and a fifth. So minor third and a fifth is a seventh. If you don't know what that means, check out music theory. Now this is going to be an A minor triad. Oops, I need a sound on there. Let's put an instrument of, I don't know, electric. Sure. Okay, so now it's a A minor triad because I added these 2 notes. It's only 1 note there. But let's say I was doing this kind of a thing. I had a little rhythm that I liked going. So we're getting that little accent, I think, just from the overlapping of these 2 notes. But that's okay. So now I just took this little rhythm thing and I made a chord out of it. That's a cool way to do it. So it can be a quick way to just add some notes to something if you've got it, but frankly, this one I don't find to be particularly useful to me. But in the context of what we just made, it might actually be kind of cool. That's kind of fun.